G'day guys, Mudsy Ones here back again, and my next guest is an up-and-coming Nak Muay who is starting to make a name for himself, who left school at an early age. He used to train under Don Miller at Superfight Gym, but has now landed himself a gig as a Muay Thai trainer at Dominance MMA, and is proof that hard work pays off. I'm here with the illustrated man, Rhys Lenne. How are you, mate?
G'day, Mudsy. How you going?
Good, buddy. What's been happening?
Just same old, same old.
Same shit, different day?
Yeah, that's it.
Now, mate, before we get into the Muay Thai side of things, what interested me about you a while ago is you put a Facebook post out saying that you think of yourself as relatively uneducated and that you left school at a young age, which was by your own free choice. Would you be able to delve into that a little bit for us?
Well, I left school, I was about maybe 16. Yeah, I left school, so I left school pretty early, and for me, I was never really interested in school at all. So I used to, most of the time, I wagged school. I really didn't try with school at all. It just, had no interest whatsoever. So, yeah, that was about it for me with school.
And when you left school, did you get a job straight away, or did you sort of have any idea what you wanted to do, or you just wanted to be anywhere and everywhere but school?
So like when I was young, I used to surf and skate a lot at that age. So I always had dreams of, I dreamt of having a job in sport, so to speak. So that was always, what I always dreamt about. But yeah, I left school and Dad made me get a job at local abattoirs. And then, I was there for a little while, and then I got into bricklaying, and then I ended up a concreter. Yeah, I concreted for around 10 years.
Oh, yeah, nice. And see, you know how you just said you like skating and you grew up in Melbourne. Have you seen that that skate documentary on the Pappas brothers?
Taz Pappas?
Yeah, Taz and his brother Ben.
I haven't seen the doco, but I remember those boys skating back in the day.
Mate, I can't remember what that doco is called. It's on YouTube, but all this mayhem. That's what it's called. All This Mayhem.
Yeah.
If you watch that doco, man, it's nuts.
Yeah, sick. I'll have to definitely check it out.
And everyone listening, if they want to see a mad, hectic doco that's got everything in it, ups and downs, highs and lows, and everything in between, watch it. It is nuts. But I'm getting a little bit off topic again. So moving along. Calm down, Mudsy. Mate, you said you found Muay Thai a lot later in life than what you had wished. How old were you when you found Muay Thai, and was Superfight the first gym you trained at?
So I first discovered Muay Thai. I remember it being on television. So I'm not sure exactly how old I was. Maybe late teens, possibly 20. And I remember, watching Muay Thai on TV at home with my old man, and we used to froth out and just be like, just thought it was awesome, And I remember watching also like the Evolution shows. And, watched John Wayne Parr and Soren, Daddy Cool, and all those sort of boys. I remember like Eckelboom and with his like clinch master back then, and so pretty cool. And it's pretty much I was a fan for a long time, and just it's like watching Muay Thai on YouTube all the time, and just frothed out. But I didn't get myself down to a gym on the mat until I was about maybe 24, and I trained briefly, like on and off, and that was at a gym down in Geelong. His name was, I think, Everlasting Muay Thai with Andrew Steen. He probably doesn't even remember that I trained there, because I just wasn't, I was just floating in and out, just a number on the mat.
Yeah.
And with life distractions, I sort of stopped training, and then it wasn't until I was about 28, and I went down to a gym in Richmond, which is actually Dominance. So the Dominance gym in Richmond, and Yeah, I was there for maybe, maybe 18 months or so. And I had a couple of fights out of that gym, and then that was I decided that I wanted to take it serious, and I made the move over to Don Miller's Super Fight Gym, and it was I think I had maybe eight fights for Don.
Oh yeah, nice. And what was it like training under Don Miller, and what can people expect if they want to train at his gym? Because I've heard a lot about the man, but I've never met him or spoke to him.
So Don Miller Super Fight Gym, I'll say it's a very, very traditional Thai style gym, and so running, hitting the bag hard pads, hard clinching, hard boxing, sparring, and pretty much train like you're in Thailand. I'd say it's one of the only gyms in Melbourne that implements that Thai style training. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool training down there. I was very, very lucky to get to train at Superfight Gym.
Yeah, nice. I'll have to. If I'm ever in Melbourne, I'll have to check it out because I have heard a lot about that gym. A lot of good things.
Yeah.
And mate, yes, you did say at the start that you used to be a concreter, and that in itself is a bloody tough job, especially physically. To top that off, while you were concreting, you would also be training for fights when they would come up. So, what would be a typical day for you back then?
It's definitely a bit of a hard job juggling the old concrete and the Muay Thai. Yeah, it's definitely. So wake up to say 5 o'clock, and most jobs in Melbourne you sort of got to travel. It's always an hour in traffic to get to the job, and work your ass off all day, and get home, get some food into myself, and then straight to the gym and try and train as hard as I can. Sort of every night. That was pretty much the routine when I was concreting, and it was bloody hard mixing both. Very hard, because trying to train at 100% every night, but put in everything you've got after you've worked your ass off all day pouring concrete, which is, as you said, bloody tough job in itself. It was a fair battle.
Man, I know where you come from because I work in the Pilbara, so don't get me wrong, like I love summer and I would rather the heat over the cold anytime, so I hate winter. But like, were there some days where you just had like no energy, or you just couldn't be fucked because you were you're out in the sun all day mixing concrete, laying concrete?
Yeah.
And does it sort of like do you find it's a character building thing? Because it must be like bloody hard some days. You just like, I really can't be bothered going to training, or not even that you can't be bothered, you just don't have like the energy.
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. Like, especially in summer, it's super hot, and you've almost got just like a heat stroke by the time you get home, and sit out on the couch for 5 minutes, and like, fuck, I've got to go to training. But once you do get to training, like, sort of switch on, and you're like, just like wrapped that you're there though, because being at training is what you sort of work all day for, and that's where you want to be at the end of the day. So
it's like a never ending vicious circle, and then you wake up all sore in the morning, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go to work.
Totally.
And then you go to work, and then you're like, oh fuck, I've got to go to training, and then
yeah, totally.
and then you have like those I used to have those ones where like mentally at the end of the day you're just like physically you're exhausted, your body's sore, you've worked, you've trained, but your mind's just going to be an arsehole and just go, meh, 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 meh. I'm not going to sleep, you're not going to sleep.
I know, just lay in bed, and brain's just ticking over, and you're thinking about everything and anything, and it's it.
Yeah, mate, I actually first took notice of you at the end of last year when you were the main event on Rebellion Roots. I forgot who your opponent was, I'm sorry. But you've got a very nice Thai style, which I noticed. Who are some of your favourite fighters, and do you try to emulate anyone when you fight, like their style?
Cheers, man. Thank you. I don't know, really. I just try and watch the Ties. Like I think the Ties do it the best, and I just watch the Ties as much as I can. I sit on YouTube for hours, just in my spare time if I'm not training or working, so to speak, and just watch the Ties. And I like to kick a lot and like to clinch, so I try and just kick and clinch and that's what I try to work on most in the gym, because I just love the Thai style. Like I'm not too interested in your Western versions of Muay Thai or kickboxing sort of style, so to speak. I just try my best to try and fight and look like a Thai. Like that's my dream, to try and be as much like them as I can. Do my best version.
Do you know what I've found? And let me know if you agree or disagree on this one. But I found like you get not everyone, but it's quite prevalent in like the Western countries, where you get people that have having their first couple of fights, and they sort of try to just like brawl and take their heads off. I guess if you see a Westerner go over to Thailand and have their first couple of fights, they seem to try and be a lot more relaxed about it. Do you find that?
Definitely. I remember even in my first few fights, probably even under 5 fights, it was hard to get an opponent that wasn't a brawler. So you come out and start the fight hoping to have a nice, clean Thai style fight where you're going to learn and get better from. And then most of the time boys come out swinging.
Yeah.
It's pretty frustrating, but
and it doesn't look too good either, does it?
Nah, it's horrible. But in saying that, I think my very first fight was pretty much a scrappy brawl. But after that, I managed to be much more composed in my second, third, fourth, fifth, until I was almost maybe too composed.
Yeah. And how do you personally try and compose yourself before fights and during fights?
I guess sort of, just think about just my game plan and think about, like put on, like displaying nice, clean Muay Thai. And for me fighting as well, it's like not just about testing myself, also I like to show my friends, my family, and people who support the sport, like nice Thai style, or so sort of just think about implementing that into my fight. I like to fight nice and clean, and show nice technique, and
Has anyone drilled that into you, or is that something you've just made like a conscious decision from watching people that you enjoy fighting, to try and have that nice, clean Thai style rather than just trying to let your nerves get the better of you and just going in brawling sort of thing?
Possibly. Like I had when I first trained at the Dominance gym before I moved to Super Fight, there's a few Thai boys that were down there, and they had a fair heavy influence on my style and stuff, I guess, and sort of always talking about Muay Thai with them, and I got a better understanding, and so maybe perhaps from those boys a bit of they've sort of influenced me.
Okay. And mate, you've already fought on Rebellion once this year. Have you got any other fights lined up at all for this year so far?
As of now, so at the moment, I fought on Rebellion in March, and now so I started a new job at Dominance MMA in Thomastown. So I'm the head trainer there, and so I'm at the moment I'm trying to focus on putting the program together and building the program, and also building a bit of a fight team out there, and I'm putting all my time to the boys out there, and I'm not planning to fight till later on in the year. So so hopefully that comes around quick though, because as much as I enjoy putting time into the boys, I'm hanging to get back in there. Just like go to bed every night, just dreaming about fighting and trying out.
So when you've got your boys and girls fighting underneath you and you're out there, you wish you were in their shoes in the ring?
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And mate, now that you have landed your dream job, and that you don't have to do any more concreting, and you can fully immerse yourself in Muay Thai and that environment, how did that actually all come about? Like, how did that happen? And did you ever think back when you left school that you would have landed your dream job and be where you are today?
When I was a few years ago when I was training at Dominance Gym in Richmond, there was at that stage they used to get ties over for like 3-month blocks to coach, and there was a 2-week window where there was no coach and they were waiting on a Thai trainer to come over from Thailand, and the owner at the gym at Richmond Dominance, David Hart, asked me if I could fill in and take the classes for those few weeks, and so I jumped at the opportunity. I thought, that'd be awesome, give it a shot, and so I coached for 2 weeks, and it was at that stage I was like, far out, this is pretty cool. This is something that I'd like to or see myself doing in the future, and and then from then on, when I moved to Super Fight as well, like after a little while, Don Miller had me taking the women's classes there on like Mondays and Friday mornings, and also was PTing, so like doing one-on-ones out of Super Fight gym, and I just growing like that love for teaching, like froth out on teaching. It's like really cool, and I find it's a way. If teaching for me, I find I learn more about myself and the sport as well, and it all sort of come from there. And then maybe late November last year, Dave Hart, the owner of Dominance Gym, and Lincoln, the manager at Thomastown, they messaged me and asked me if I could fill in at Thomastown while they didn't have a trainer again, and it was for a month in December, and I filled in for the month, and they must have been pretty happy with how it went, and they asked me if I could come on full time, and it was too good an opportunity to pass up. I was like, shit, that means no more concrete, and to get to be around Muay Thai like every day, like I was just frothing. So pretty lucky.
Yeah, that's wicked, man. And were you when you were filling in, were you still like concreting, or you were like in between jobs and just doing the Muay Thai?
I was in between jobs, like as in I wasn't concreting. I was too much. I was sort of on and off with the concrete last year, mainly focused on fighting and PTing and getting a little bit of money coming through there, and also very lucky that my missus are very supportive of my goals and dreams, and just pretty much paying the way last year for me to fight and train. So that was pretty cool.
That's good, man. Shout out to your missus.
Yeah, she's a legend.
And mate, it's no doubt that Muay Thai is as popular as ever here in Oz, and it's growing in popularity around the rest of the world. Mate, can you tell the listeners about the postman that came to your house the other week?
Oh man, it was quite a funny one. So I heard the doorbell go. I'm like, oh yeah, sweet, someone's here, and looked out the door, and it's the postman. He's on his Spreadly, and I was like, I went to the door, and he's a bit of a trooper. Like I've seen him before. He's a funny dude, and he gave me the package and goes, it's from Thailand. I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. And he goes, I was just in Thailand last week, and far out, whereabouts were you? And he said, Pattaya, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Pattaya or Pattaya, yeah. Yeah,
and
of course he was.
That's it. And I just asked him, I always make an effort to ask people if they say they've been in Thailand on a holiday. I say, I didn't get a chance to swing by any Muay Thai shows by any chance, and he sort of looked at me and he goes, I'm going to the Muay Thai this weekend. And I said, fair dinkum. Where you going? Not rebellion, are you? And he looks at me and he goes, yeah. They killed her. And I went, far out, yeah. And he goes, you going too? I go, yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'll in St Kilda. I'll be there this weekend. He was tripping hard as much as I was, I think, and he just jumped on the bike and rode off into the sunset. But I was just blown away because I live out of the city. Like, I'm in Hawthorne. It's not too far from the city, but once upon a time, it just didn't really come across that many people that know of Muay Thai. Like, even earlier in the year, I went down to the local vet, and take my dog down there, and the nurse, she was working in there, and after about 5 minutes, she goes, "Oh, you weren't at Rebellion on the weekend, were you?" And I went, "You're kidding, yeah." And she said she was working. She was working, like, selling drinks and stuff on the bar, but I was still just blown away, like, just the amount of times that coming across different people that know or have heard of Muay Thai, like, it's pretty cool.
It is, man, and like, I find, like, if I meet someone, like, you don't know them, and they train Muay Thai, whether they're just trained for fitness or for fighting or for whatever their reason is, it's like they become an instant friend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that's all you really need to talk about with them, Muay Thai.
Totally, and just sit there, just chatting Muay Thai. It's
and
just,
you never get. Well, I don't get sick of it anyway. Hence this little project that I like to do.
True.
Well, mate, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. But before I let you go, buddy, if people want to follow you or stay up to date with you fight-wise and your training, how can they follow you and get in contact with you?
I'll say, well, I've got so my Facebook. You can add me on Facebook. It's Rhys Lenne, or I've got Rhys Lenne Muay Thai. It's like my sports person page, and or I've got Instagram as well. It's just Rhys Lenne. So just follow me or add me on Facebook or Instagram, and I usually posting stuff about Muay Thai most days of the week.
And mate, is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
I guess I'll just like to thank and shout out to my partner Stephanie for all her support, and my dad and mum for all their support, my brothers, all my close friends for always supporting me when I go missing in action, when I'm just training hard and stuff and don't see anyone for months, and also to my trainer Don Miller and Keith Grant for all the pads, and all my friends and all the boys down that I used to train with down at Super Fight. Yeah, just a shout out to all them for all their help over the last few years, all the good training.
Awesome, brother. Well, like I said, you're living proof that hard work pays off, and hurry up and get your fight team established so we can see you back in the ring soon, okay?
Yeah, that's it. Awesome.
All right, buddy. Thanks for your time.
Sweet. All right, Muzzy. Cheers, man.
Brother.